Hi, I'm Chris Thomas. I'm a graduate here of Colorado Media School for 127 Nights. I came here to get a degree in broadcasting, hoping to get in the field of radio. I interned at KKFN 104.3 The Fan. I was an intern for the Fan Morning Show, as well as The Drive with Big Al and D-Mac. And the morning show was with Nate Lundy, Mike Evans, and Vic Lombardi. I was the production intern with Scott the Huff there. I also did some work for their afternoon show as well, which was with Mike, Sandy, and Scott. Or Mike, Drew, and Scott, excuse me. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about why I like to go into Colorado Media School. I've always been, I grew up playing sports, so I always found sports came a lot more easier to me because it was actually physically to be out there, hands-on, or foot-on more appropriately since I grew up playing soccer. And so being able to be hands-on with all the equipment, it's much more of not only a memory thing for me, but it's a muscle memory thing. I get to it a lot more quickly. It just feels a lot more comfortable, and I don't get the sense of like, well, is this what they're actually doing out there in the field? I flat out am doing exactly what they do. I use the same exact software here at the school that I used at my internship at the radio station, so it wasn't a very drastic change. I literally walked in there the first day they told me what I did, and I had 1 day of training from the intern who left, and he left the next day, and it was just like, all right, sink or swim, Chris, here you go, big man. So it prepared me absolutely to the teeth because I could go out there confidently and not feel remotely overwhelmed with what I had to do. For me, I kind of waited a little while. I started, I'm a 127 Nights guy, and I knew full well, like right off the bat, what kind of made me want to go here is I grew up listening to 104.3 The Fan, the radio station, and Mike and Scott was the first one of the radio shows I really got into, which was like 4 or 5 years ago. And so from there, it was kind of like, all right, so I knew I was going to be waiting around for the big fish, and I got other little gigs here where I had a few radio shows at Studio O and Go Mile High downstairs, and I wanted to just be able to get my hands on there. And I waited, and we had Kevin Sherrittson, who is the assistant program director and the producer of the Mike and Sandy show, or the Scott and Sandy show. He was our instructor for a few classes, and I discussed with him that I was really interested in being an intern and everything. And one day he put a post online. He actually emailed us, the school, letting him know that we need more interns. And the email went out at like 9 o'clock that night, and I sent him my resume and everything at 10 o'clock. And literally by 11:30 that night, I had an interview for the next morning. And so I just knew that I had to wait and sit around. And from there, I got the interview, and I told them flat out, they asked me when I would be ready. I was like, I can be here Monday through Friday. And so I was there Monday through Friday from 4:45 in the morning till 9 in the morning, every day, doing work for them. And I would just tell anyone just to be persistent about it. If you have the internship that you want to go for, and you show them that you have the skills and the ability, and that you're going to show up and be there and they can trust you, that's pretty much nine-tenths of what you need, because they just want someone they can depend on, and they'll teach you the rest from there. I would encourage you, when you're first entering this class, to have nothing but an open mind, because you're obviously here for a reason. You saw something that you liked, you heard something that you liked, and the only thing that you can do to yourself to help yourself is just have the open mind and willing to try anything and everything that comes your way. Don't have a closed mind. I mean, this is all for fun. I mean, literally, my internship was that early in the morning, and that was the quickest part of my day. And I'm bummed that my last day was yesterday, so I now have to go about my regular day. So I would just encourage anyone who's coming into this program to have fun and try any and everything that you can. You'll never know or find out what you're good at.